We are in New Prague, Minnesota,
home of the New Prague Trojans.
And here's Gateway Plaza.
This is the biggest sunfish I've ever seen.
I'm touching the top of the water tower. Doink!
Today we're going to interview Tim O'Neill.
He's a really good piano player. All right, we're here at the O'Neill Brothers office. There must be a bakery nearby. I smell donuts. Do you want to get donuts?
Yeah.
Do you want to get donuts?
Yeah.
Do you want to get donuts?
I guess.
Yay, donut time!
Now we're interviewing Doug, the owner of the bakery. Doug, these are good donuts.
Thank you.
What time do you got to get up to make these?
We started around 2:30 in the morning, and we try to get all the donuts ready because we do a lot of convenience stores. You know what those are? The gas stations where you go and get pop in the mornings. We service a lot of those around this area.
Have you heard of Gibbon, Minnesota?
Yes, Gibbon, Minnesota is the home of the famous ballroom, the Gibbon Ballroom.
Well, we're going to make our way over to the O'Neill Brothers. Thanks for the donuts.
Well, thank you for coming.
This is Stephanie Stoll reporting for KGFW Television, and this is...
Tim O'Neill.
Can you tell us anything about your career?
Sure, my brother and I grew up in New Prague, and we both started playing the piano when we were young, at age 5, and there's 5 kids in our family. We all took lessons, but Ryan and I are the 2 O'Neills that kept playing, and so we keep playing now, and we record some CDs of our music.
Do you play any other instruments besides the piano?
My brother and I both play a few other instruments. He played the trombone all throughout high school, and I play the harmonica, and we both play the guitar a little bit, but it's mostly just the piano. That's our main instrument.
Who was your role model when you were growing up?
Who was my role model? That's a good question. Probably, well, our parents are very supportive. They didn't make us play the piano. They just let us do whatever we wanted to do. Ryan also played sports, and I was also in musicals and in choir. But I guess both of our parents, because they were so supportive and they didn't pressure us to do anything, they just let us do what we were interested in.
What age did you start playing the piano?
I started when I was 5, and my brother Ryan started when he was 6.
What kind of music did you listen to when you were growing up?
We listened to all different types. I grew up liking Billy Joel because he can play the piano and he can sing, and also Elton John because he writes a lot of great songs, Disney songs and movie songs. But otherwise, we also like George Winston. He's a piano player that plays kind of similar to our style.
What is your most requested song?
You got a lot of good questions this morning. Most requested song, probably Great Balls of Fire, because we play that on 2 pianos and we both sing, and that's a lot of fun. So that's our most requested song.
George Winston, does he play some of the Charlie Brown music?
He does. You're very smart for a 4th grader. My gosh. Yes, he put out a whole CD of Charlie Brown music, and so we play some of the songs, and the main Charlie Brown theme is a really fun one. That's probably the 2nd most requested song that we get.
How often does piano need to be tuned?
It depends on where it is. In Minnesota, because it gets really humid in the summer and then really cold in the winter, the temperature changes are what make a piano have to be tuned more often. So about every 6 months is about how often a piano should be tuned.
Have you ever been so discouraged you just want to quit?
Yes, many times. Just like every piano player, I come home and I throw my books down and I say, I don't want to play anymore. But then after I learn another fun song or a Disney song, then I realize that I really enjoy it, and it's not just something that I have to do. So yeah, sometimes I get discouraged too.
My friend Caitlin has some questions too.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Siaffer, reporting for KGFW. Tim, here's some of my questions. What is the biggest place you've ever played at?
We just played on Valentine's Day at Orchestra Hall, and there were 2,500 seats there, so that's probably the biggest place that we've ever played.
How did you feel before you played there?
I was a little bit nervous, but I knew that we would have a lot of fun, and we just pretended like we were in our own living room, so we had a lot of fun, and we weren't too nervous, but just a little bit.
What did your piano teacher have you do to get better when you were a kid?
She had us do finger stretches so that our fingers could stretch to all the keys. And we had to play scales and do theory and all the not very fun stuff. But then we got to play fun songs too. And she would say that we should practice every day for 30 minutes. And so that's what we had to do when we were taking lessons.
We have another piano player here today, and his name is Micah Schwecke. Have you ever gotten homesick when you were playing far from home?
Well, yes, both my wife and my mom should tell me that I tell me that I get homesick all the time. But we don't travel too much. It's maybe just a couple weeks each year and then maybe a few weekends. So we're never gone too long, and a phone call is always nice. But yeah, we do get a little bit homesick when we're gone.
What are some other hobbies that you have besides playing piano?
I like to go ice skating and skiing in the wintertime. And then in the summer, I like to play racquetball and go swimming. And then I also like to play cards, whether it's euchre or whist or 500, a lot of fun card games. And I also like to play backgammon.
What's some advice that you would give to someone just starting to play piano?
I would make sure that it stays fun, so you have to think up a fun song to play, whether it's a Disney song or something that you want to play. You can go to your piano teacher and say, this is one that I want to play. But then you also have to know that, you have to play scales and do technique and do theory, kind of a lot of the not so fun stuff, but that all comes together so that you can learn how to play music. And so that's what I would say, is to balance the fun things with the not so fun things, because then you'll get better all around and then it gets to be a lot more fun.
What kind of things all take place in your office here?
Lots of things. We have about 10 people that show up for work each day, but we try and make work fun so that it doesn't really seem like work. But we have 23 different CDs of piano music. It's a lot of music. And so we're busy sending those CDs to people all over the country. The main place that we sell them is on TV. We go out to QVC, it's one of the shopping channels. It's in Philadelphia. And so we go out there once a month, and we go on just for about 10 minutes. We play the piano, and then callers call in and order up our CDs. So we're busy in the back office here shipping out CDs to people all over the country. So that's what everybody shows up to do and helps out with, and everybody plays their part. So everybody's busy every day sending out CDs.
Do you play all over the world?
We do play all over the world. Not so much in like China or Taiwan. We haven't been over there yet. But we've been over to Europe. We played a little bit over there and kind of all throughout the United States. So not quite all over the world, but pretty close. Lots of different places. Because music is something that every country is... music is a part of every country. So we really like going to Ireland. That's our favorite place to go and play music.
Do you got an iPad?
I do. So it makes it easy. We put all of our songs in there and we just dial it up and it plays away for us. We hook it up to a stereo system at some of the shows that we go to, and so it plays the music all throughout the place.
Because you guys are on iTunes too, aren't you?
My gosh, you guys are such smart fourth graders. Holy cow, when I was in fourth grade, I didn't know what an iPod was. Although there probably weren't iPods when I was in fourth grade. Yes, our music is also on iTunes too.
Out of your 23 albums, do you have a favorite out of any of them?
Yes, the one that I recorded over in Ireland is my favorite. So that one, is my favorite, but our most popular one is a wedding CD. We put together a CD of songs for people getting married. You guys probably aren't getting married anytime soon, no. So no, you wouldn't like that one as much, but that one is our most popular one.
That kind of wraps up our interview. Is there anything else you want to share with us?
No, I wanted to thank you guys for coming in and to remind you that music is great for you, that if you listen to it, it helps you get A's while you study, some relaxing music. But no, good luck with your class, and thanks for coming in today.
Tim, can you introduce us to this nice lady?
Well, certainly. This is my mom, Kathy O'Neill. She used to be a school teacher, and she probably has some great words of wisdom for you.
Do you have any other questions that you need to ask of me?
Did Tim play the piano a lot when he was our age?
Yes, Tim started playing the piano when he was in first grade, and he asked if he could take piano lessons. And he did. He played the piano a lot. And he had, 2 or 3 different piano teachers.
Where were you a school teacher at?
Well, the latest school where I taught was right here in New Prague at the New Prague Intermediate School, and I taught 5th grade there for 13 years. And I retired in 2001. And I loved every minute of it.
What's your favorite song to hear your sons play?
Well, my all-time favorite song is The Rose, but there are several others that I love just as much.
We'll send you a copy of the DVD.
Oh my gosh, I would love that.
That would be excellent.
It goes really good with popcorn.
And I love popcorn, so I'll love both of those things. Thank you for interviewing me.
Let's go back to the back area where you can see all the different CDs that we ship out. Well, this is the whole back area where we have all 23 of our CDs. So if you see, like this one is our Through the Years CD. This is one of our most popular ones. This is Ryan and I on 2 pianos. And if you look on the front cover, it says New Prague. That's our hometown up in the upper left corner. And then we actually enjoy taking different pictures for the CD front cover. This is our physics teacher who collects old-fashioned cars. So we wanted to do kind of an old-fashioned theme with it. And then that's a friend of my wife. We bought her a fun dress back from the 1920s. And then Ryan and I in some old costumes. So that one is our Through the Years movie theme CD. But each one has an hour of piano music. So this is Joan. She works in back, shipping away to all over the country. Where are we shipping to today, Joan?
This one is going to Stronghurst, Illinois. Canada and the United Kingdom today, and we're all over the United States and all over the world.
So have you ever been to the United Kingdom?
No, I haven't.
Maybe you could pack yourself in the box with the CD.
That's probably the only way I'll get there.
And this is Meg. She's our office manager. Meg, what are you doing this morning?
I am just working on a website right now that is going to be selling our CDs to many retailers across the country.
Meg is always hard at work. Meg, how old is your oldest child?
5.
So not yet in school?
He's in kindergarten.
All right. Very good. So this is the whole back area where everything gets packaged up and shipped out.
Where do all these CDs come from?
We make them up in Minneapolis. We order them all in boxes, and so we get about a shipment every month of a whole bunch of boxes from Minneapolis, and then that's Joan's job to open them up and put them all on the shelves and make sure they go out to the people that buy them. But they come from a place that makes CDs up in Minneapolis.
What's your favorite CD?
All 3 of our wedding CDs. They're called A Day to Remember Volume 1 and Volume 2, and then our 3rd one is called A Day to Remember Music for Your Beach Wedding.
What's your favorite CD?
For me, it's the Love CDs, Love Always and P.S. I Love You. They both have some familiar love songs, and I like familiar music.
This one looks like it's in Ireland, huh, Tim?
It sure does. What makes you think it's Ireland? Maybe some of the green? That's what the Irish people wear on St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, this is where I lived over in Ireland for 3 months, and so I recorded all kinds of Irish songs. Do you have any Irish people in your family?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Wow.
Mrs. Elmer Irish. The school secretary is really Irish.
Oh, I bet you she wears a lot of green.
St. Patrick's Day is always fun with her.
I'm sure it is.
What's this billboard thing in the window?
Well, that's an award that we won last year. If we look at some of the names on there, can you read some of those names? What is that one? Do you know what that one is? Nora Jones. Or what's that one?
The Beatles.
The Beatles. These are some of the people that, the music groups that sold a whole bunch of CDs. Well, there's our name, the O'Neill Brothers, at number 31, right below. Does anybody know whose name that is?
Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley. He's not alive anymore, is he? No, but his music is still selling. So this is an award that we won last year for selling a whole bunch of CDs, and it's in Billboard magazine. That's who keeps track of who sells how many CDs. So we keep that award on the shelf so that it motivates us to keep working hard.
Tim, can you tell us about your board here?
Sure, this kind of keeps track of where we are and where we're going. It goes from March all the way through August. We do a show in Omaha. That's where we go and we play the piano. That's in April. Or we go to Chicago. That one's also in April. Or Waseca. That one's not too far away, just a little bit south of here. But we go all throughout the whole country, Kansas City, Minneapolis, out to New York. So this is just what we have coming up the next few months.
Do you have to load up your pianos every time you go to a show?
We do, and we're looking for some strong people. Can you help us?
I don't know.
No, actually, wherever we go, we just rent a piano. So it's always there. We never have to bring it with us.
Tim, where are we now?
Well, we are with Jenny, and she's going to have her baby in how many days, do we think?
Next Thursday, actually.
Wow.
Just over a week.
So we caught her just in time. And why don't we let Jenny tell us what she does?
Actually, what I do here is I just mainly do the books for Tim's company. I do all the invoicing and anything to do with money for the company.
So if you need your allowance, you need a little bit more, you know who to ask. You just go up to Jenny, ask for another $5.
Sounds like she's got a pretty important job.
That's right, and she's a friend from high school, so we trust her with all of our money.
Tim, tell us about this wall.
Well, this is our wall of motivation. It's some of the different awards that we won. One of the neat ones is the green and yellow one, the O'Neill Update. That's where Governor Arnie Carlson declared it the O'Neill Brothers Day for a day, that was just a few years ago, to help celebrate when we sold 1 million CDs.
What newspaper is this?
This is actually the Gibbon Daily. No, it's the Minneapolis Star and Tribune. It was an article by Dick Youngblood. He writes in the business section just about some of the ideas that we had for how to sell our CDs. We won an award and got an article in the Minneapolis Star and Tribune.
How'd you go about getting your music on iTunes?
Well, first you have to record a song. We recorded it on the piano, and then once we have the CD, one of the CDs that you're holding, what you do is you take the CD and we sent it to a company out in New York, and then that company sends each of the songs off to iTunes so that people can go out into iTunes and buy them. So we work with a company in New York.
Could you tell us what crescendo means?
Sure. Crescendo is a musical term. We had it in an article, a crescendo to success. It means a little by little. Like you get a little bit louder and a little bit louder and a little bit louder. So you start out soft and then you get louder. That's what crescendo means.
Who are some of the other people that you played piano with?
Well, our last concert tour was with, her name is Deborah Gibson. She was really popular about 20 years ago when you guys weren't born yet, but I know that we know who she is. What we did, this is a poster of our 2003 holiday concert tour where we go through about 10 different cities all across Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa. But this year, 2006, we don't have a poster for that up, but that's where we traveled with Debbie Gibson, and she sang while we played the piano. So we like to play with a lot of great musicians because we just play piano, but we travel with a guitar player and a singer and a violin player. So maybe when you play an instrument, you can come and play with us.
Tim, thank you very much for being on our show today.
Well, thanks for asking me to be a part of it. It was a lot of fun.
You definitely inspired us to continue playing piano.
Well, that's good. You got to remember to play some fun songs too.
We look forward to actually going to a concert someday.
Well, maybe we'll play live in Gibbon.
You're always welcome.
Well, thank you.
Hi, my name is Ariel Leith, and today we're at the Fairfax Medical Clinic. I'm going to be interviewing Dr. Gillis today. My cameraman's name is Cody. Hi, my name is Ariel Leith, and this is...
Dr. Tom Gillis.
So, are you nervous about being interviewed on TV?
Yes, I am. I think it's a lot easier to go and deliver babies.
When you were my age, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Well, I really didn't know at the time when I was your age, but I was good in science, and my dad was a science teacher. He was in chemistry and physics, and so with science, it kind of leads into medicine.
Can I ask you, what were your role models when you were little?
Well, one of them was our home doctor. His name was Dr. Griffin, and he was kind of part of our family. You know, back then they didn't have a lot of antibiotics. We did not have a lot of pills for taking care of blood pressure, so he would tell me some stories that were just fantastic, and they were really interesting to listen to. And then also my brother, who is 8 years older than I am, and he is also a doctor. He's an anesthesiologist up at St. Cloud.
Were you nervous to go to a doctor when you were my age?
Yes, I was. I had a lot of ear infections, and with that, I had to go there and have penicillin shots. So.
Oh, I hate shots.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
What were some of the things that you had to do to become a doctor?
Well, you have to go to school. You have to have good grades in high school, and then you go to college. I went to St. John's for 4 years, and then I had to go to medical school at the University of Minnesota for another 4 years, and then there was an internship for another year at Hennepin County General Hospital. So it's a lot of schooling.
Yeah. What kind of advice would you give to somebody who wants to be a doctor?
You have to study hard. You have to study hard, do well in school, but also you want to be well-rounded. You want to go and be in extracurricular activities, whether it's sports or some other music or band or something like that.
What do you like to do in your free time?
Oh, that I like. I like to go to the lake. I have a cabin up at Coronas. I like fishing. I like golfing, and I like travel. I'm fortunate to go to Maui in the wintertime and go to Europe in the fall. Also lately I've been doing quite a bit of work in the flower garden, so I like that too.
What do some of your pictures mean in your office?
Well, these are some family pictures. I'm quite fond of this one right here. This is a picture that was in the Fairfax Standard, and there are 4 people in here. One of them is my son, Stephen, who is now a doctor in New Ulm. This person right here is a chiropractor up in Delano. This one, Jamie Pelzo, is a cardiologist, and he's studying right now at Abbott Northwestern. And this is Chris Palmer, who is a doctor at North Memorial. And this is one of my favorite pictures because it's kind of neat, because in this grade we had 4 physicians that graduated from this from GFW.
What are all the certificates on your wall?
Well, let's see. This is when I graduated from the University of Minnesota, and then when we have to be board certified, we get a certificate from the Board of Medical Practice. This is my one from internship. This is the internship that I went through, but now we don't have internships anymore. Now the doctors have to go 3 years after medical school, so it's even longer now. I always kind of say that we were smarter way back when. We only had to go to 1 year.
Do you have any pets?
I have no pets, but we love dogs. We used to have 2 dogs, a German Shepherd, and we also had an Irish Setter, but we don't have any pets now.
I have a dog. It was really fun interviewing you. Do you have anything else to share with us?
Well, I watch you on TV. I've enjoyed watching you on TV, and it's nice to have you in my office. And I know you wanted to interview me, which I feel kind of proud that you wanted to do that. So thank you.
This is Ariel Leith reporting for KGFW. Have a great day.
Thank you.